Before we introduce Michael Charbon, a little backpedaling from the Prime Minister.
I'm pleased today to announce that Canada and China have reached a preliminary but landmark trade agreement. We have commitments under CUSMA that not to pursue free trade agreements with non-market economies without prior notification. We have no intention of doing that with China or any other non-market economy.
Michael Charbon, the host of the Charbon Report, I'm thinking maybe the 100% tariff threat made him kind of rethink his partnership with China. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. Yeah, it did. See, Carney was in a bit of a box, Rob.
Yes.
We lost all that canola, and the farmers on the West were having a hell of a time. So he made a deal with China to do the canola, and there's also lobster and beef, because the economy is not looking so good in Canada. We need those sales, and because he's in a bit of a fight with America, he has to make a deal. The problem is, Rob, he made a deal for 49,000 Chinese EV vehicles.
Yes.
Now, you know what? There's several problems with this. Number one,
is it because they're pieces of crap?
Well, my understanding is they're just over $10,000 for the vehicle, but there's a larger question.
Yep.
Does China have the ability to shut down all those vehicles remotely? Does China have the ability to monitor all those cameras?
Yep.
I mean, this is the same country that we didn't want to do deals with Huawei. That's a little while back.
Yes.
And the other problem too, and this is something that President Trump identified. Canada just allowed China to buy a $5.5 billion mineral mine with precious minerals. Like, all these things are wrong. What Carney's trying to do, I mean, he's on DEFCON 5 to try and save himself. He's got a minority government, which is perilous. He could get outvoted. And he's got Alberta jumping up and down saying they want to leave. So
I know, I saw that. Now, real quick, did you see the parliamentary debate between Poilievre? He was back with Carney the other day. It was pretty good. It was pretty good to watch, man. I love Poilievre. He just eats him alive, man.
Well, Poilievre is the conservative banner carrier that we've been looking for. The unfortunate reality, though, Rob, is every time we have an election in Canada, it's like Groundhog Day. Everybody says, oh, the conservatives are coming through and we need the savior, and everybody capitulates.
I know.
They elect the Liberals again. I know. I don't get it. I don't
either. I want you to hear this real quick from Jesse the Body Ventura.
How about since Trump dislikes Minnesota so bad and we're so out of control, let's join Canada. Yay. Instead of Canada becoming the 51st state of America and lose their health care, like they said, I'd like to see Minnesota, all of us become Canadians. It's obvious Donald Trump don't want us.
Now, I know we've talked here. Alberta for Minnesota, I'd say hell yeah. I did a poll on it, by the way, Michael Trumbo. And I said, would you want to trade Minnesota for Alberta? My poll on Twitter, 55.6% hell yes and 44% hell no. That's what they said. What do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, Canada will never be the 51st state.
Yes. Well, then we won't. It's an even. We didn't even need to add one. We just got an even trade.
No, don't forget, Alberta is using the same tactics that Donald Trump uses. You come in DEFCON 5, you ask for the world, everybody gets all upset and everything, and then all of a sudden, like Greenland, everything is resolved. So this Alberta...
Wait, hold on. I think the people of Alberta really want to get the GTFO. They don't want to be a part of this nonsense anymore. I think they're serious. I think you are discounting the average people of Alberta. I think that's folly.
No, I have great respect for the people of Alberta. They are Canadians and we're Canadians. Many of them came over as Polish and Ukrainian immigrants. They are part of the fabric of our great country. The problem is that, as always, the West looks upon Ottawa and Ontario as the bad guys from the East and don't care what's happening in the West. I think what has to take place is there has to be some reconciliation, because the Liberals put so many things in the mix to destroy what Alberta's all about, and that's farming and that's oil. So we got to do that. But as far as Jesse Ventura, Canada doesn't want any leering centers. We don't millions of dollars of debt.
Yeah, and my producer...
We've got more than our share of illegal immigrants walking around getting handouts from our taxpayers, so we're not interested.
Man, you guys must load them up with all sorts of free crap, because if Somalians go to Minnesota, well, I mean, it would have to be really good to move to Canada. Well, it's cold.
All I've got to say is we're hoping that the immigration system, which was a catastrophe under Trudeau, is trying to get itself back again. We are on the cusp of either getting involved in a recession. We've got to get this Kuzma thing resolved and get a trade deal done. And if Carney doesn't come through with all this, he will probably lose the next election.
He should lose it. Dear God in heaven, are you people out of your friggin' minds up there? The man is a tool. He's a fool. He's a tool. He looked like an idiot over in Davos. By the way, Polling Canada did a poll. Who would you prefer to lead Canada? Are you ready for this? 62% said Trump, 38% said Carney.
Yeah, I mean, Canadians, so don't forget, Rob, we listen to great radio shows like The Rob Carson Show. We watch conservative television like Newsmax and Fox. And we are getting an impression that what Donald Trump is doing, although the mass media, which we are afflicted with as well, don't forget, we have the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And we have that same kind of left-wing focus and interpretation. Canadians are getting fed up. They're trying to take our guns away now. I know.
I think listen, this is going to impact Canada in a very good fashion. I think that Donald Trump played hardball. Poilievre, he did not win the last time, and I know there was some consternation between him and Trump. But this freedom and free market wave that's sweeping the world is going to sweep right over Canada. And it's going to happen. You're teetering anyway. You are teetering anyway. The more you see the success here, and I'll tell you what, Doug Ford, I saw Doug Ford the other day. He was down with bringing these stupid Chinese EVs in there, which would just destroy the Canadian auto industry up there. A lot of hardworking Canadians put together great cars up there, and that fat doofus, and he's a fat doofus, he's always been a fat doofus, he's like, okay, we'll take those cars. Really? Really, Doug Ford?
Well, he can't go against the Prime Minister, but it will affect both of our industries. One of the points that President Trump brought up is that he doesn't want Canada to be a clearinghouse, which was what Mexico was for a little while, bringing in cheap, unauthorized goods and selling them very quietly back into the United States. The EV situation is there's a definite concern, and like I said, there's lots of hair on that tennis ball. Does China have complete control of all the electronics? Can they shut all these EVs down?
Of course they can. Of course they can. Hey, Michael, we got to take a break. We got to take a break, okay? More with Michael Charbot coming up in just a moment. Let's take a break. This is the Rob Carson Show.